What's going on, guys? It's Johnny here from Seraphim's Nurple, and you may be noticing today that I look a little bit on the scruffy side. Well, that's because today we're talking about one of the scruffiest looking nerf herders around. That's right, we're talking about Han Solo, the new premium format figure that's just coming out from Sideshow Collectibles. Now, Han Solo is one of the most iconic characters after, say, Luke and Vader. He is such a well-known and beloved character from the Star Wars franchise, and he has been immortalized in a new figure from Sideshow Collectibles. Now, this figure has got a little bit of hate on some of the online forums and on the Facebook groups and stuff like that because it doesn't quite look like him. But I have to say, I really like it. I actually think it's one of the closest representations to Harrison Ford and Han Solo that I've seen for a long time. I mean, you can't really count Hot Toys because Hot Toys are just known for being stupidly accurate with their stuff. I mean, all of their stuff looks spot on. But if you take into account Kota Bakuya's stuff and like Gentle Giant stuff, their face sculpts are nowhere near like Harrison Ford. And this one, I mean, the level of detail they've put into his face. Yes, I know it's not quite right, but you know, they've got the scar under his mouth and they've got all that texture in his face. I think it looks really, really nice. And the figure makes sense to me now. Like, if you watched my video about Chewbacca a little while back, I talked about that base being the only thing that was different from that Chewie figure. Now, if you look at the base of this Han Solo, you will see it's basically the same base. It's like part of the Millennium Falcon. So it really makes sense as to why they released that Chewie, because those two can now pair together and you get this great duo, Han and Chewie, and I just think it's actually really nice. And the level of detail that they've put on Han Solo's clothing, like the tailoring, just looks spot on. That gun holster on his side looks really, really nice. Now, the exclusive comes with a E11 blaster. Now, the E11 blaster is like a standard issue Stormtrooper blaster. So, I don't really think the exclusive is necessarily worth it. I mean, if you can't get hold of the exclusive, it's not the end of the world. Because that DL-44 blaster is Han Solo's like signature weapon. That blaster that he has in the regular edition is Han Solo's signature blaster. So if you can't get hold of the exclusive, don't worry, it won't take anything away from the piece. Now again, like I said, the tailoring on the jacket, the trousers, that gun holster, the belt, I think it looks really, really nice. And I certainly think, yeah, okay, it may not be the most facially accurate thing, but I've noticed that a lot of companies really struggle to get human faces. Like if you're actually taking a person like Harrison Ford, like Mark Hamill, they've got Sideshow have got an upcoming Luke Skywalker figure coming out. It's not quite there. I mean, even Prime One has caught a bit of flack lately. They did the Man of Steel figure, Henry Cavill. They've released the production pieces to collectors, and some of them have gone and said, you know, it doesn't look like Henry Cavill, or it doesn't look as close as it could do. And this is something that they all kind of fall into this trap. And collectors are very, very picky. I've noticed that they want it to look exactly like the actors or the actresses. And I understand that, especially when this figure is $550. Now, considering as how most premium format figures are around the $450 to $500 mark, they've now pushed it up to $550, and it's still not as accurate as it really could be. I certainly think that's certainly set a lot of collectors off on their mad rants about how Sideshow prices are stupidly high and how collecting is getting way out of hand with their prices. But it's, like I said, I think it's one of the most accurate ones I've seen. Unless you're in the market for 6-scale figures, then yes, by all means, the Hot Toys stuff is above and beyond anything else you could possibly get. But definitely think if you're in the market for a Han Solo figure, if you're a Star Wars collector and this character really means something for you, especially if you've got maybe some Sideshow points that you can use to get a little bit of money off it, this is a good buy. I think it's a really good buy. Like I said, they've got a Luke Skywalker coming out soon. There's the Chewie, there was the Boba Fett. So if you're into it, then you could have this great little selection of Star Wars Sideshow pieces. And with that being said, there is a Luke Skywalker coming out soon. So if having a Jedi is more important to you than Han Solo, I would hold your money out for Luke. Because they've teased him. You haven't really seen a great deal of him, but he really looks nice. That's where my money would be going. But like I said, if you're in the market for it and you want a nice big Star Wars collection, you can't go much wrong than this Han Solo figure. So without further ado, that's all we've got time for today. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about this Han Solo figure. So drop me some comments down below. And I'll even leave a link to the Sideshow website so you can go and check out more pictures in my description down below. So we will catch you again next time. See you later.